Hey guys, my name is Kyle, and welcome to Confined Space Living, Episode 3. And this is the episode where I start to show you how the confined space I'm living in really impacts what I'm trying to do. My exercise routine. I'm going to show you how I figured out to do a full body workout in this little space. As you can see, I can touch both sides of the main area of my floor at the same time. The bed that I'm currently sitting on isn't even as big as a regular twin bed. And here's the second bunk. I can grab it without even fully extending my arms. Not a lot of space to work with, but I make it work, and I'm going to show you how. I apologize for the camera angle, but I'm using my cell phone and there's no place else to put it for this shot. So, let's get started. First exercise is going to be what they call the back extension, or some people call the Superman. It's good for working your back muscles, especially your low back muscles. And since I have an old injury in my lower back, I'm going to be doing multiple exercises to target that area to strengthen those muscles and stabilize the area. This will both help prevent the injury from getting worse, and some studies show by exercising a damaged joint in the correct manner, the cartilage can actually start to heal, which means there is a possibility that over time, as I lose weight and build up strength in my lower back, the injured discs will start to repair themselves. I'm not going to hold my breath on that, but what have I got to lose by trying? All right, everything I do in sets of 10 reps. I find that's about the max that I can handle at this time, with the exception of some of the resistance band stuff that I'm going to be doing later on in this video. But again, 10 reps is a good benchmark for me, because when I get to 10 reps and I'm not feeling fatigued, I know it's time to go up a level of intensity. Either increase speed, increase weight, whatever that needs to be. All right, let's get started with the first exercise. To do the back extension, you're going to lay flat on your stomach with your hands parallel to your head or shoulders, and then using nothing but your back muscles, you're going to arch your back, lifting your legs and chest off the surface you're laying on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, problem is, I'm doing these exercises laying on a soft, cushiony bed. That makes things a little more difficult. If I was laying on a firm surface, we'd be getting a little better motion, or at least seeing more motion out of my body as I arch up and away from the surface I'm laying on. Now I'm going to do another back exercise called the bridge. You can't see it from where the phone is placed, but at the foot of my bed, there's a little shelf that's about 6 inches above the surface I'm laying on. It's not much, but it is enough to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Now, since I'm already down here, I'm going to take advantage of the little cubby hole that's under this shelf, hook my feet into it, and do the classic sit-up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. Starting to feel the burn already. All right, now I'm going to give myself a little more room, slide up the bed a bit. And now it's time for more traditional leg raises. Unfortunately, there's something above me, so these are going to be something closer to a knee to chest exercise, but I've got a bit of a gut in the way, so I'm doing the best I can. I like to put my hands underneath me to help add a little support to the injured area of my lower back. And now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh. Gotta build the core. The core muscles are what stabilize your spine. Stabilizing your spine prevents injury and helps reduce pain. Two things I definitely need. All right, now it's time to work on the hips. I'm going to be doing what I know as the lateral hip extension or the lateral hip raise. You might have seen these in the old workout videos with Jane Fonda and whatever back in the 80s. So here we go, starting with the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, right side's done. Now I'm going to roll over and do the left side. Sorry, you're going to have to see my butt. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm really feeling it right here, right at the hip joint. And that's a good thing because that means these muscles are getting worked and they're going to get stronger. All right. Now, for anybody who might have noticed in previous videos, the red handles attached to the underside of the top bunk, I'm going to show you what they're for. These are just a pair of suction cup based material moving handles that I was able to get at Harbor Freight for about $9 each. And they're very, very strong. The bunk above me, its plate is made out of what seems to be aluminum, and so it gives me a nice smooth surface that the suction cups can work on beautifully. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of these handles in each hand, and I'm going to pull myself up towards them in what's called an inverted row, or some people call it the Australian push-up. So again, it's just like a push-up. We're going to tighten the core muscles to keep everything stabilized, and we're going for 10 reps, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that is a tough one for me. Ooh. Ooh. Give me a second. Ooh. All right. Need a little drink of water after that one. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. All right. All right, now we're continuing on with the back works, and I'm going to do something I know of as the reverse hyperextension. So you might have seen something like this in the gym. You might have seen something like this on other YouTube videos. I'm going to do it the best I can using my bed, and unfortunately, again, I'm going to be showing my butt to the camera. Alright, so this is our starting position with the spine slightly curved, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo. Now that one's a workout for my arms as well as my back, because again, I'm doing that on a soft surface and I'm having to exert a lot of energy to hold on and not just slide off the side of the bed. Time for another set of rows. These are a sort of standing inclined row using the frame of the top bunk. I just grab it, shoulders, hand shoulder width apart, put my feet a little bit under the bottom bunk and lean back, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I like to do those up on the balls of my feet because it gives an extra workout to my calf muscles. And even though they're working out the same muscles as the inverted row that I showed you a little bit earlier, I do them because at this time I can't get a full range of motion out of the inverted row. I'm just too fat. But doing the standing inclined row, I get a full range of motion. So I'm not working against as much weight, but I'm getting the muscles and joints through their full range of motion to prevent the shortening of connective tissues. Also, by being able to move at a slightly faster pace, I'm getting my heart rate up a little higher and thus getting a better cardiovascular effect from this mostly strength training workout. All right, now this next one is going to involve a 5-gallon bucket and a plastic cutting board. Yeah, I know that sounds really weird for exercise, but you'll understand in a minute. I'm going to be doing step-ups using this 5-gallon bucket. However, the lid of this 5-gallon bucket is thin plastic. I weigh over 300 pounds. I've learned the hard way that that lid cannot support my weight for any kind of appreciable workout. I don't wish to break another bucket lid, so the cutting board. Unfortunately, plastic on plastic tends to slide, but there's a solution to that as well. I take my nice fluffy towel and drape it over the top of the bucket. Then I position the bucket where I need it, and now I'll be positioning my cutting board on top of the towel. Positioned like that, it's not going to go anywhere when I put my weight on it. Now it's time for step-ups. 10 times each leg. I'm going to be holding on to the frame of the upper bunk for stability, not for assistance in the exercise. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Whew. All right, now let's get the towel, the cutting board, and the bucket out of the way. Now, time to pull out my box of stuff and get ready for the resistance band exercises. While I take a short breather. Alright, this is just your typical resistance band. You can buy a set of them almost anywhere that sells fitness gear. They're not very expensive. They're great for confined spaces like this because they don't weigh a lot and they don't take up a lot of room. Unfortunately, you're limited in the range of motion you can get out of each individual exercise. You're limited in the amount of resistance you can get out of them, and they wear out. In fact, this one's showing signs of wear, and I will be replacing it soon. Hopefully, right now will not be the time it decides to snap on me, because that would just be too embarrassing. Or would it? Remember, stay hydrated. I drink on average 1 gallon of water a day. And that's not including the large cup of tea or coffee that I usually start my day with, depending upon what I have available. All right. All right, so now we're going to do the resistance exercises, starting with an arm curl into a push, into a vertical push. So we're going to stand on the band to hold it down to the floor, and then bring the arms up into an arm bicep curl, and then push straight up towards the ceiling in a vertical raise. 1, down, lower. Vertical raise. 2, down, lower. Vertical raise. 3, down, lower. Vertical raise. 4, down, lower. Up. Vertical raise. 5, down, lower. Up. Vertical raise. 6, down, lower. Up. Vertical raise. 7, down, and lower. Vertical raise. 8, down, lower. Up. Vertical raise. 9, down, lower. Up. Vertical raise. 10, down, lower. I apologize that the positioning of the camera has you staring at my stomach instead of getting a good look at what my arms are doing. I intend to be getting a better camera for this down the road, so hopefully future videos will give you a better point of view on this. Alright, now I'm going to be doing a standing back extension exercise. It's essentially what we used to call toe touchers, except because I'm going to be holding a resistance band behind my head as I do this, I'm not going to be touching my toes. I'm just going to be bending forward like I would touch my toes and then straightening back up. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Remember not to overextend as you come back to vertical. You're just trying to work your lower back, not hurt it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, now keeping my hands holding the resistance band behind my head like this. Time for squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. Feel it. Sweating and feeling good. All right. Now, can do some shoulder work because my shoulders are also old injuries, with the left one being worse than the right one. So here we go. Lateral raises from the shoulder, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Now, I'm going to be securing the resistance band to a couple of fast clips that I've attached to a piece of framework back here, so I can do some more exercises in a different plane of motion. All right. Now we clip to that side. Now we clip to this side. And here we go. Gonna do a standing chest press, which is basically the best I can do for a push-up or a bench press at this time because of lack of space. Believe me, I've tried doing push-ups on the soft bed. Does not work. And there's not enough floor space for me to do them on the floor either. So this is the best available at the moment. So we're gonna push out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Now I'm going to do tricep extensions. Some of you may have heard them as skull crushers. I'm going to try and show you the position. I'm going to squat down to show you, but I'm going to have to stand back up to actually do them. But what you're going to do is you're going to put your arms above your head and lean your hands back like you're trying to pull something from behind you over your head. And then you're going to bring your arms forward into extension. That's one. And then back. But to do these, I got to stand up. And again, you're going to be staring at my belly. Sorry. All right. Now we're at 1. 1. Back. 2. Back. 3. Back. 4. Back. 5. Back. 6. Back. 7. Back. 8. Back. 9. Back. 10. Back. All right, now I'm going to turn around and I'm going to do one more rowing motion, standing lateral row. Yes, I'm doing a lot of rowing work because those muscles in our back get ignored all the time, and it's important to keep our muscles balanced. Everybody wants to work out their chest to make their chest look great, but they ignore the back muscles, and that imbalance causes problems down the road. So one more set of rows. Gonna stand back and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Now I'm going to let go of the resistance band, and it's time to start cooling down. And again, I like to put a lot of emphasis on my lower back and on my core muscles because, again, I'm trying to fight chronic injuries, chronic pain. So here we go. We're going to do side bends. I'm going to put hands behind my head just to get them out of the way. And I'm going to lean to the right. Back up. Lean to the left. And that's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Whew. All right. Whew. Almost done. Almost done. The sweat is pouring into my eyes. But that's how you know you're doing it right. You're working the muscles, you're burning the fat, you're getting stronger, you're getting leaner. All right, I'm gonna take my resistance band off my clips, otherwise I'm liable to forget. I'm gonna coil it back up and stow it in my box of stuff, and I'm gonna pull out what I need for the last exercise of my daily routine. It's a gyroscopic power ball, and this one has a spring inside, so you can wind it up and get it going without a string. A lot of these require string. Um, but for those of you who have never tried one of these, they're not very expensive, and they're a great way to work out your arms, especially your forearms. Look them up. Powerball. Grip training Powerball is what they call it. All right, so I'm going to wind this one up. All right, now that it's wound up, going to grip it like you would a ball that you're going to throw. Now when I let go of it, it's going to start, the interior gyroscope is going to start spinning. The goal is to keep that gyroscope spinning, and the best way to do that is to work your hand around in a motion like you're stirring a cup of coffee. You know, like you're using that spoon to stir your coffee, or the whisk to beat up some eggs for a nice fluffy omelet. All right, now here we go. Now, I like to try and isolate my forearm muscles, so I keep my arm bent at the elbow with my upper arm tucked in tight against my body, so that I'm doing this motion entirely with the muscles in my forearm. Now it's a gyroscope. The faster you have it spinning, the more resistance you're going to feel. But you're not making big motions. You don't want your whole arm flopping around. You want just your wrist and hand moving. I mean, you're going to wiggle a little bit. You can't avoid that, but you don't want a lot of big motion. Now, I'm feeling it in my forearm from doing the motion, and I'm feeling it in my shoulder from holding my upper arm in place in order to isolate the motion. Now, unfortunately, this isn't like the other exercises I've shown you today. There's no reps to count. You're just keeping this ball spinning for as long as you can handle it, because believe me, it's working the muscles in your forearm, and you are going to start feeling it very quickly. And so you're going to tolerate what it's doing to your forearm for as long as you can. You know, it's okay if it hurts. You don't want it to be painful, though. Hurting tells you you're working the muscles, you're straining the muscles, you're making them grow. Painful tells you you've caused some kind of damage. We don't want to cause damage. We just want to give our muscles incentive to grow. All right, we're getting close to that painful point. So now I'm going to switch hands. And the key is to do this in such a way that you don't let the ball stop spinning, because then you're going to have to start it up all over again, and that's just a pain in the butt to do multiple times during an exercise session. All right. A little awkward getting it changed motion, but it'll catch up in a second. And there we go. Now I'm working the left arm. And again, I'm keeping my arm bent and the upper part of my arm tucked into my side to isolate the motion to just my forearm. Maintain good posture and breathe normally as you do this exercise. If you don't want to isolate just the forearm, you can hold the ball straight out in front of you or straight out to the side, or in virtually any other position you really want, and it's going to work out your entire arm. But I've already done bicep and tricep specific exercises. I've already done shoulder and back specific exercises. This one really needs to just focus in on the forearm. It's going to improve your grip. It's going to improve the strength of your forearms, and it should help prevent connective tissue problems like carpal tunnel, because you're getting more exercise through those areas that are often just held stiff or not worked very well in our modern society of computers and cars. Alright, left arm's starting to give up on me, so I'm switching back to the right now that it's had a rest. Now, as I'm doing this, I want to talk a little bit about why I'm making these videos. I'm making these videos mostly for myself. I'm making them as a way to track my progress, document what I'm doing. I'm hoping that maybe someone in a similar situation, somebody who's obese and having trouble finding a diet and exercise plan that work for them, might see these videos and feel inspired. I'm hoping someone is going to say, hey, if that guy living in a tiny little shoebox can figure out a way to exercise and lose weight, get fit, then there's no reason I can't do it too. And you know what? I know there's going to be people who see these videos and you're going to make fun of me. Who wants to take health and fitness tips from a fat guy? You're going to make fun of the fact that I'm not as polished and articulate in the way I'm speaking as others. You're going to make fun of the poor video quality because I'm just using a cell phone. I'm not using a good quality camera setup like other people do, and so on and so forth. But guess what? You guys are going to be motivating me just as much as anyone leaving a good comment. Because my motivation here from you guys is going to be, I'm going to prove the haters wrong, and I'm going to live up to the expectations of the supporters. And if nobody sees these videos and I get no comments at all, well, then that's going to be my motivation too. My motivation is going to be to document results, because if in a year or 2 years from now I'm showing you videos where I've gotten rid of the gut and I'm building the six-pack abs and I'm traded in the resistance band for barbell weights because the resistance bands just aren't strong enough anymore, then people are going to look back and they're going to start watching the whole series, because again, results are what people are looking for. Results are what I'm looking for, and that's what I'm trying to document. All right, my right arm's getting tired again. Time to switch back to the left. This transition is always a little bit awkward because my left hand is not quite as articulated as my right hand is. I'm right-handed, so that's normal. We got it going. And now, whew. Again, just a reminder, maintain good posture. I have nothing behind my back to support me. I'm maintaining an upright position entirely on my own, which that in and of itself is something of an exercise. Keeping those core muscles tensed so that you hold yourself in an appropriate upright position without slumping your shoulders forward, arching your back, slouching. All right. My left hand's wearing out already, and that tells me that it is time to put an end to this exercise, because I don't think my left hand's gonna tolerate doing another round on that, even if my right hand might. Put that away, and all right, guys, thanks for watching, anybody who is. I appreciate your comments, and if you did like the video, if you want to see more, go ahead, like, share, subscribe. Again, I said it in the last video, I don't have any sponsors at this time. I don't expect to have any sponsors anytime soon. Probably never will have any sponsors. That's fine. I don't care about that. Everything I tell you is what I have learned for myself through my own research, reading books, watching videos online, reading articles online. It's what I've learned through trial and error of my own experience. I'm never going to tell you something that I personally don't believe to be true. I'm never going to recommend a book or a product that I personally haven't checked out. And again, I hate me, love me, ignore me. You're all still giving me motivation to keep going. So thank you. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the next episode.